Hello everyone, my name is Jacob,
And I am Andreas.
and together we are Cold North Creative, and you are listening to the Cold North podcast, the second or maybe third episode, together with your old friend Nikolai Lund,
Yeah,
and my newer acquaintance.
this new acquaintance, my old nemesis.
Yeah,
Among other things.
Yeah, among other things. You're not supposed to talk yet. He's listening.
there you go.
Yeah.
Listening to us.
Yeah.
You grew up together back in Fredericia, right?
Yes, we went to high school together, played music together, had some shitty metalcore bands together. Classic.
And you two guys were actually the first people who worked with me on my first music video ever.
That's
so
right.
that is actually quite fun to have you guys here talking with me. What an honor for you guys.
It's such an honor for all of us. So, without further ado, I think we should get in.
Yeah, talk to Nikolai. And he's, of course, from the band LIFESICK.
Yeah, we forgot to say that.
Yeah, we forgot to
it's
say
a show because we know, and everybody else should know, and
Yeah.
you will soon.
They will soon.
So, okay, hi Nikolai.
Hi guys.
Isn't it cool? Just three Danish guys sitting here speaking English to each other really awkwardly.
Yeah, it always works really well.
Yeah, exactly.
Really well.
Really well as
Get used to it. Yeah.
yeah. So this is gonna be some heavy Danglish in this episode,
Yeah. in this episode.
and all the other episodes because we're in them.
Yeah.
Yes. So
So
Danglish guaranteed.
yeah.
Okay. So Nikolai, so you are a man of many talents. You're good at playing guitar. You can chug a beer. I've seen that. You can maybe chug 5, maybe even 10 on a good day.
Maybe not anymore.
I know you used to be really good at riding a small bike in dirt. I've seen you do that a lot. And you also do a lot of visual content. You've done a video for my band, and you shot some of the artwork. I actually shot the artwork for our second record, and
Yeah, for Drag Me Down.
yeah, so you're a man of many talents and also visually talented. Can you tell us a little bit about like how that became an interest of yours? Take us through the journey of figuring out that you knew.
Yeah. I actually think it started pretty early with me and my friends shooting old skate videos
Okay.
when we were kids in elementary school. And also shooting BMX videos and stuff like that. So I kind of started editing early in my life.
You still have any of
When
those?
it came to and maybe in my parents' home on an old computer or something.
I would love to see one of those.
Yeah, it would be fun to dig out, but I don't know if I even could. Maybe the computer's broken. I think so.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and so you started out with skating and BMX videos, and then what happened?
Yeah, it was just for fun. It was not really anything. Just we thought that we were pro skaters and pro skaters make videos. So yeah, we thought we should do that, but nothing really happened with
Did you
any
upload
of
that to YouTube or anything like that?
YouTube. Wasn't even a thing.
Okay.
It was we just made it and had it on our computer.
Now we're gonna get famous.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So how did that
So,
transition
yeah.
into doing music work?
I think it was actually some of the Parkway Drive videos that I really liked seeing when we started playing, and that made me think that as a band you should have some kind of video content because I think that as a fan you really what's it called? You really connect with that a little more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, showing the people behind like the music.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think I started with just a GoPro, because that's the easiest thing. and started in iMovie on the MacBook.
Classic.
Yeah, and then I bought a Canon camera and started learning about all the settings and all the technical stuff. And then I really dove into a YouTube rabbit hole of learning all things about shooting, and as I'm sure you also have.
Yeah, 100%.
Self-learned YouTube hole.
Yeah, YouTube autodidact.
Yeah. So what was like the first video you did? Like first music video, or like more like challenging?
I can't remember if it was a Dead Lady video,
Oh,
Tainted Lady video.
oh,
Yeah.
from local bands from that area. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually think it was Tainted Lady I went with them on some festival show in Denmark, and just for filming. And then I asked if I could edit the video. That was before I knew how time consuming.
I was thinking, you don't ask. Did you ask to do that for free, or?
Yeah, and I think I did.
Oh, what a mistake!
I did it for like, not that much money, but
Okay,
I wanted to learn how to do it, and
yeah, of course, you got to
figure out
start.
how to edit a music video.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's also this kind of a lot of this stuff I feel like is learning by doing.
Definitely.
Exactly, yeah. And I could get on those festivals for free, so why not?
That's a good hack, by the way.
Yeah,
Become a videographer or photographer
Yeah.
to get to free shows.
you get free festivals every year.
Exactly.
You have to like shoot for 1 hour, and then you're just like there.
Work done.
Yeah.
And you can kind of just it doesn't matter if you drink or
Yeah, you can be drunk and
shooting, you can just
as long as it's shooting in the general direction of the band, you're proper good.
I feel like we've brought you out to shoot some shows where I'm like, this guy is 10 beers in. And then I get the footage the next day, I'm like, this is good.
Yeah, you got a steady beer hand and a steady camera hand.
I feel like I'm seeing you with a camera and a beer in one hand.
yeah. You definitely have.
And you've been practicing then.
Time in Copenhagen. What?
That's it. I just say you've been practicing for years. That skill.
Exactly.
And one time in Copenhagen, what?
I just remember that one time in Copenhagen, I think it was with Runaway and Dethroner.
Oh, yeah, I'll show it single, yeah. Oh, yeah, you were shit-faced, but you filmed and it was really good.
Yeah, but I had the courage to go in the mosh pit with the camera and everything.
Yeah.
I got some really good stuff.
Was that the camera that broke? The Sony?
No, the Canon camera was the one that broke, but
Oh,
yeah, but not that nice.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, we talked about your camera broke and then you wanted a Sony, but you got something else, right? You got an iPhone or something. That was
Exactly.
that was the story. Okay, but we can go back in the timeline. So you started doing live, doing stuff with Tainted Lady, some live things. You're figuring out editing, and when you started LIFESICK, was it just natural for you that, of course, I'm gonna do like the visuals or the video stuff for the band? Was that just a given, or did you have a discussion about that?
We didn't really have any discussion about it. It just kind of fell into my lap because I knew how to do it, and I always try to figure out how I can expose my band even more, and video or learning how to do videos was kind of a good way to save money also.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very important post to save a lot of money as a band.
But you've been like the creative, like, have you been like the creative, what can you say, creative director or like,
Is that art director?
yeah, for the band, or how have you done that in LIFESICK?
Um, I think it's kind of a group effort, but I'm just the one that
Does it?
does the videos. Yeah, does it exactly.
It's a group effort. What do you do it?
That's right. No, but it's mostly just the videos and pictures. But our merch stuff is mostly Nikolai, the other guy.
The other Nikolai.
Yeah.
So
Um. Yeah.
So like one thing I've always been with you guys is there's like a really clear red line between everything you do. Like there'll be like stuff that's incorporated in the artwork that you'll like kind of like use in video, something about the DSE video. Is it like something you discussed before, or like how do you figure out like, okay, we want to like need to bring something from the artwork into the video, and like, is that an active discussion you have, or is it just yeah?
I think it comes from kind of a OCD mindset. Everything needs to have some kind of meaning or fit together, or the colors need to match in some kind of way, or the vibe. But yeah, it's also a thing we discussed in the band, how we should, just in general, how it all fits together.
Yeah. So for the latest album, you have a really sick cover for that. Isn't it the Misanthropy? Is that the new album called? That sick cover of like a guy sitting like being burned, and you got his red colors and like really cool gray, really cool like black tone, gray tones in it. It looks really dope, and I think like you did a good job by also incorporating fire in one of the first video you did with Maxim, another friend from the local area who's a great videographer, and like you had the fire element there. You can see it also on the LP, and also on I even think on the pedal that you made, the guitar pedal. It's kind of the same, like the vibe of the artwork there. So it's like there's a whole completely like red line between all those nice kind of artwork, video, guitar pedals. Whoever fucking makes a guitar pedal, what you guys do it. You also have like a beer, or like a
the beer was also.
Do you have it right there? Exactly.
Yeah. It's all color coded,
like a hot sauce bottle. But yeah.
Yeah, and you also got a whiskey or something like that. Do you have that?
Yeah. Also with the cover on it.
Yeah. So is that just the OCD thing here? Like it needs to be the same, because it gives like a coherent, completely coherent, imagery from the band, which is really sick. But is that like you're doing, or just
Is it your OCD, or is it all of you guys?
It's all you guys.
It's a lot of mine, but also the other guys, I think. But I like that you, if you have a coherent aesthetic in your things, it's easy to see like, oh, this is that band, or this is this band.
Yeah, like instantly recognizable. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree on that highly, and I think it's also something my OCD forces everybody in my band to follow.
Yeah, but it's just great.
Yeah, I think it's important to, or at least as a fan, I like when bands have that kind of aesthetic on the things, and you can see the video matches kind of the album cover, or
it makes
merch, everything.
I big agree on that one. Do you have like, are there any bands that like you were looking to like when coming up with LIFESICK's aesthetic? Because I think it's the aesthetic of your guys' band is, at least for Denmark, it's a little bit unique, because it's kind of like, it's very metal, but there's also like very clear roots like to hardcore, and this is something that exists a lot in the scene everywhere else, but not really in Denmark. So
Yeah, you kind of like you have some like kind of the more like classical metal I think aesthetics in it, because it's kind of violent imagery in it, but you have a lot more I think a lot more like artistic integrity to it, like a more like unique artistic point of view.
autistic.
Artistic just angle to it, because it's not just like some metal artwork can be like really gory just for the sake of being gory, but this seems more like there's some kind of statement or like aesthetic behind it, which is really cool.
Yeah. So really really long question. So what are any specific bands you guys were looking to when coming up with like what became LIFESICK's aesthetic?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of a lot of things. But when we started the band, we started out as only a hardcore band, we thought. But we didn't want to be one of those bands who has a pit bull.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Or not that there's anything wrong with that, but we just didn't want that.
It's a very different aesthetic for you guys.
Exactly. I think we took a lot of inspiration from black metal bands.
Oh, I can see that actually. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a few of those shirts as well. There's basically a black metal shirt with you guys on it, and like the guy like pixelated and like
it's kind of a nice way of doing like a
black metal one.
Yeah. Is it called that?
It's called the black metal one.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
Pretty on the nose, but it just makes sense that you guys incorporate some kind of that imagery, because that whole pitbull New York hardcore scene aesthetic is not really. It feels a bit out of place when people outside of that area.
It's not very Scandinavian.
It's not very Scandinavian. That's just a great way of covering it. So like,
we're really not those types of dudes.
No.
We're not tough guys like that. So
Simon
I
is.
feel like we he thinks. But yeah, we I think if you can pull it off, then it's fine. But otherwise, I think it's kind of lame, actually.
Yeah, big agree.
Yeah. So you did Misanthropy. What other releases did you do previous to that album? Did you have you have one album other than that, and then two albums actually? Yeah. So
2 albums. Yeah.
How did can you like take me through the journey of the aesthetics from the first album to the second to the third?
On the first album, we didn't really have much. We did one video where the idea was that you shouldn't be able to see our face. It was only Diamond face.
That's the one with him singing in the Vera, right? For In Love With Hate.
Yeah, the one Maxim did.
Really good video as well.
Yeah. It was fine.
I think it was good. Like for your first.
I mean, it was fine for the time, but it didn't really show anything.
No.
But yeah. And I'm not saying that Maxim didn't do a good job.
He didn't.
Totally did, but and yeah, the album cover, I think I actually can't really remember the thought behind that.
Yeah, okay, so you're just signing art out, so yeah.
That was the one with this kind of like, it's kind of, that's the one that with some it looks like something out of the Bible on it, right?
Yeah, it should just be black and white. That was kind of the only. Yeah, it's a long time ago. I can't really remember what we talked about back then, but then at the other records, we tried to do a little more with the Torment of Life video that you also worked on, Andreas.
Yeah.
That's the one in the forest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We buried a guy
Yeah.
alive to have it in the video for 3 seconds. It looks sick though.
Yeah.
It turned out really well.
Just for the listeners, can you give it like a kind of an how did that video go? What was the concept behind it?
Yeah.
I can take it because I came up with it.
Yeah, actually, it's probably better that you take it on that.
I just remember there was a line that said barbed wire tomb the way back, and I was like, that's so hard. We need to have like barbed wire attacking some guy, like Evil Dead style.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I remember
kind of like make a weird element to the video.
Yeah, because it is basically just a guy running through the forest in snow, because it was in April. I remember sleeping at your parents' place with you, and waking up and looking out. I was like, "Oh no, I don't know if we can shoot it."
Did you have to dig a hole in like snowy weather? That seems a lot of hard work.
Yeah,
it was.
Okay, it was.
Yeah.
Really, it turned out. I think the video turned out really cool, but it was so shitty doing all it. And I remember because it was April, I didn't bring any winter boots, so I remember borrowing plastic bags of your mom and dad, put it into my shoes, because I knew, okay, like this summer I'm gonna have wet feet all day.
And the actor we hired in didn't also bring any warm clothes, and we buried him in the cold ground.
Oh Lord!
Oh my God.
And you didn't even use it that much.
We did, but it's just we had to do.
It was only like one shot.
Yeah.
Pulled him out of the ground and then reversed the footage.
Yeah. You get sucked into the ground.
It's been a while since I saw the video.
It looks really sick, but it was definitely really shitty for Matteo to do.
So you actually you've been making videos together a lot, you two guys, like concept wise, or is that just the one that you've been?
I think that's the one Nikolai has made. He made the video for tongues.
Oh yeah. So you just do switcheroos.
Yeah, we've been switching a little bit.
Yeah.
And you come out with us and film a lot, and I try to when I can go and film you. And
yeah, the tongues one was really fun to do.
Which was live from Copenhagen, right?
Yeah, especially filming that day. That was really awesome.
Yeah, I remember you being a little intoxicated when you arrived at 12:30.
It's a festival.
Yeah. I'm not judging. I'm just stating. To kind of like tie into like, you can actually, you're one of the few people I actually know now to think about it, can pull off like showing up drunk for work and just nailing it.
Yeah, I really practiced a lot. I never really been on any live shoot without also drinking a lot of beers.
Spoken like a true professional.
That's like, is that how you get to like your level? It's just like need to drink a lot of beers and go to festivals and shoot.
Yeah, and then get a lot of shaky footage and perfect.
But is that speaking of shooting shaky footage, and do you have like a lots of hardcore music is pretty intense sonic wise, and so that's kind of the thing by shooting it pretty violently by doing shakes. And I know that the way you shoot, you do incorporate a lot of motion in your shooting. I've seen like you follow headbangs and stuff like that. Can you talk a bit about how did you figure that thing out? How do you incorporate that so forth?
It actually ties back to the Tongues video at Copenhagen, because at that day I brought my brand new what was it? The Cyan Brain stabilizer.
Oh yeah, cool.
And
is it on a stick or a long stick or what?
It's just the one with the.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
It's one arm and then some axles. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I filmed like 3/3 of the show with that one, and then started doing handheld stuff after that, and it was all the handheld stuff that came out good afterwards,
Okay.
especially to that kind of music. I didn't really use that much stabilized stuff for the video.
So kind of
so-
like trial and error thing.
Exactly. The following the head banging and bouncing, I think it just kind of happened one day that I thought it would be cool to follow the head bang or the body bang or what it was.
Yeah. Because that's also
In that way, make an even harder hitting shot.
Yeah, because I remember being actually at the show on Stinga you guys talked about earlier, and I saw you live in person do that motion. I was like, "What is he doing? I'm just gonna copy it." And then I went back home and I saw it like, "Oh, that looks sick. Okay, I got to do like that." And it's basically just watching you live doing that. And, okay, he's doing that. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna copy that guy. So,
yeah. I feel like it's also something I've been doing after, just like, oh yeah, it makes sense. So every time I see you, just kind of like dancing with the camera.
yeah.
Yeah, and it looks so stupid.
Yeah.
But
It's like,
you get the
What be on one
the
hand,
footage
it's just
is-
like
It's actually just you trying not to spill over your beer during 10 seconds during headbang movements.
it's kind of the same technique if you really
Yeah.
think about it.
You get down low on the knees, right? Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've been doing that a lot too. Like also stemming from oh yeah, this makes it so much sense to just follow the movements, even though you look so weird standing with your camera. Like
Yeah, yeah. It took a couple of times before I didn't think about, okay, I look so stupid right now doing this. But the footage is just so much better for this kind of music, I think. Afterwards,
What part do you like the most? Doing editing or like shooting?
none of this. I like shooting and I like editing highlights kind of stuff and funny things and
So like content.
content stuff. The music video it was fun the first couple of times, but then I think it's not really for me. It's too long of a project.
yeah,
So
It's too time consuming.
yeah, for sure. So that's also why you had Maxim do like some of the latest music videos.
Yeah.
but you're talking about like
Yeah.
you're talking about like not doing time consuming things, and I still see you edit like full sets of 44 minutes.
Yeah. You edited the whole Copenhagen show, like
And the release show and the release show before that.
Yeah. At some point, I considered doing music videos on the side and earning a little bit of money on that, but that would be too time consuming when I also have to do
all the live sync stuff. Yeah.
my own band.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
So it's only for the chosen few.
it's to
Me.
the OGs. But yeah, so that makes sense. Is that so? If you should like recommend something for like newer, younger metal bands out there, like where should they put their money? Should they do like you do like a DIY approach and figure things out themselves, or should they hire a guy to do all the music videos? Should they do the content themselves? What do you think? If you started a band now or someone started a band now, what should they focus on? Where should they spend the money?
I think it would be a good decision to go the DIY route because you'll learn a lot of stuff along the way, and it doesn't really take that much of gear and expensive things. And saying that now I shoot everything on my iPhone. And not that that's also a pretty expensive thing. But
Yes, you can always get a camera for that
everyone
money
has
now.
a phone.
Yeah, we talked to Ice last time. They did a whole video just with an iPhone as well.
Yeah, and the content you shot for us on your iPhone is sick. Like the new ones have really good cameras, but also
Yeah, exactly.
we
For like, I think it's like for like 10-20 euros, you can get the Filmic Pro app. I think it's called.
yeah, I've seen you use
Yeah,
that.
Filmic Pro, where you can unlock some of the features in the iPhone camera and
Oh, cool.
get a little bit more control over the camera.
Sick. We have to round out now. But I have one more question before we let you go. If you could work with any like visual artist, anybody in like in movies or art or whatever, like about something LIFESICK, who would it be and why?
Anybody.
Yeah, could be anything. Michael Bay makes some cool explosions. Simon turning into a car. How cool would that be?
What kind of car would Simon turn into?
A shitty one, I think. But no, I would love to see a Quentin Tarantino version of a LIFESICK video.
Wow, that would be
or maybe a collection of LIFESICK songs with video over it. Maybe like a little story thing or something.
All right, that'd be as like making a short movie.
Yeah, something like just anything with Quentin Tarantino.
So I mean, you guys have had pretty good luck with just writing messages to people and them responding, being like, "Yeah, okay, let's do it." Like, so if Nick could somehow like get Tarantino's mail from some mail thread, you can be. Dear Quentin, would you like to make it?
But I could totally see that as that aesthetic work with you guys. Actually, that would be pretty dope, like Reservoir Dogs in the LIFESICK version there.
And also a little bit of the Hateful Eight movie.
Yeah,
that's especially sick, I think.
Especially with some of like slight.
He always have those weird kind of shots and angles, and it's a little bit different than a lot of other movie makers.
Yeah, and it's also fit with you do some country songs and stuff like that, or country like kind of intros and stuff. I've noticed live, right? So a kind of aesthetic.
Yeah.
I could see that work. So we should expect like LIFESICK X Quentin Tarantino Western movie coming out sometime in next year, maybe.
It's the final movie.
So
it's the final Quentin Tarantino.
The 10th movie of Quentin Tarantino is a LIFESICK.
It's a LIFESICK movie.
That's what I had. That's what I had left in me.
Yeah.
But I think we are
1.5 minute song and just
okay.
Mic drop out of there.
I think we need to round off now because we have no more time on a free Zoom meeting.
That's the level we are at, guys. So thank you so much, Nikolai, for hanging out and chilling with us.
Any last words before we let you go?
Just thanks for having me and check out my band.
Yeah, go to LIFESICK everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
If you like music that's cool, then you might like this.
Perfect. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
See you next week, Nikolai.